Well, normally what I do is I'll get 2 venti. I go to, Starbucks, I get 2 venti of the pike with 2 shots in them. So black eye in both.
What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Eli the Rebel. Welcome back. It's the final week, the final regular season week of the DPL. I wanted to record this the day after my last week's video with Hawaii went up. So if you haven't seen that, go hit the top right corner iCard thing. Go. Alright, now I'm recording this and I have rewatched this back and forth and it still boggles my mind, man. It still boggles my mind. First of all, we're playing antbulbasaur. Okay, antbulbasaur has been, I think he's the second coming of the Hawaii Volcanians. Okay, based on how lucky he be getting all sorts of RNG on his side, right? So that's my first problem. My second problem is that I prepared for threats such as Megalodios, Azumarill, and Heatran, and none of those things came. So at that point, right, I'm looking at my screen like, okay, Breloom is the highest tiered mon. So that's how you know you brought a B team, right? Because I brought I wouldn't say this is my A team, but I have B team sets, if that makes any sense, which I'll show at the end, right? So yeah, this is super annoying. And the most annoying part of this team, again, if I haven't said it before, it's regular PORYGON with a Violite. And I don't like the tri-attack rolls and the statuses that PORYGON be getting are out of this world. But I have workarounds for that. And so looking at this, as long as Avalugg is not the lead, I'm fine with leading Lando. Now, at first I wanted to lead Rotom, but because I played too much BDSPOU, I was scared of Breloom lead. So Landorus was just pretty solid, and I find out that it is a slow lead. Unfortunately, I could have led Rotom Wash here. I'm really sad about that. I was so scared of Sash Breloom because I played too much BDSPOU. But I have outs for this. I go to my Audino, but instead the Avalugg comes out. I think that kind of makes sense. I can understand why that play was made because, it's a Landorus, right? So, Ice, Squad, you know what I'm saying. So, Audino comes out here in front of this Avalugg. Here I yawn, predicting a switch. But I didn't get it. As man goes for the Avalanche. So, I was debating between, knocking something off, body slamming, but, Avalanche is a thing. So I ended up yawning. Avalanche only does 22. It would have done 44 if I did end up clicking an attacking move. So here, I have my lefties. I go to Urshifu, as the Breloom comes out. So this is why I like yawning, because it makes me, do some more doubles and things like that. Ant really doubled turn 1, so if I yawn, then I know he's gonna double again. The reason why I went Urshifu was to predict Marowak. I didn't get it that time, and I got Breloom instead. Which is fine because I'll just end up U-turning. I live Mach Punch from full. I see the Toxic Orb, so I know that it's not going to be Banded Technician, so I can U-turn out perfectly fine. It does 46, which is really good. Seed Bomb does 19 on the Eldegoss. Eldegoss is literally here because, you know, Spore. I don't have many Spore switch-ins, and so Eldegoss provides me with a Spore switch-in because it's a grass type. But here's the really cool part. I was banking on the Breloom staying in here, which is why I clicked it. I went for the Worry Seed. And what Worry Seed would have done on the Breloom if it stayed in was so that way it could take Toxic Chip. You know, you get rid of Poison Heal, and you know it's Toxic Orb, so you just get rid of it. You just change the ability with Worry Seed, and now, like, you know, Breloom will start, you know, chipping itself down for no reason. But the Avalugg comes out here. Sturdy is broken in a weird way. I go to Rotom Wash. Avalanche does 10% on that, and it is a contact move, so Mesa's gonna take Rocky Helmet Chip, which is really, really nice. Here it restores itself using lefties. Here I discharge the Avalugg. You know, I lose nothing from that. I knew that Marowak wouldn't come in, simply because, like, you know, there's always the threat of hydroing at any time. So I felt discharge was fine. Trying to paralyze something on the team would have been really, really nice, particularly Rotom, as the Rock Slide comes out and it does 17. Here I do make the Urshifu Rapid, and I get the Marowak this time, which is really nice, as he's gonna go to Avalugg as I U-turn out, because that double to Marowak was really big, because it allowed me to U-turn again. Marowak did not want to risk Surging Strikes there, so I go ahead and U-turn out into Rotom Wash. And then I discharge again, kill this. So boom, there you go. A very good Rapid Spinner is off the board. I just need Lando to get rocks up down the road, and I should be fine. As Volt Switch, I Volt Switch into Scizor here. Cycle Cut comes off, it does 16%. I knew Malamar doesn't get fire coverage, so I can go to Scizor and U-turn out. Pretty much for free. As actually Ant made a really interesting play. It was a really good play. As you know, letting Malamar go down to U-turn, you know, gives Ant initiative. Yeah, it gives Ant initiative on what to do. But I ended up going to Landorus. I really don't care about the Intimidate drop. Here comes the Porygon. Now, this means that Porygon does have Ice Beam, so my best way to scout for this is Spadef Audino, as the Ice Beam does 16%, no freeze, thank goodness. I knock off the Violet on Porygon, which is really huge, as Tri-Attack comes out right here, no big deal. I Encore into Tri, as you know, Porygon is locked into Tri-Attack at this point. I was predicting, you know, yeah. So as soon as I knew that it was gonna lock into the first Tri-Attack, I knew I had to Encore, just so that way it couldn't, you know, recover and stuff like that. As I go into Eldegoss here, just to try to Giga Drain some chip. I could have easily went to Scizor, but I was afraid of something like this, where I could have been burnt. And having, I mean, I did have Aromatherapy on Eldegoss here, but I don't need to click Aromatherapy at this point because, you know, I don't need to click Aromatherapy at this point. If anything needed to be burned, it was Eldegoss. I'd rather have Eldegoss burned than be toxic. You know what I'm saying? So, that was perfectly fine by me as I Giga Drain again. And for some reason, I was expecting a recover here, but the Ice Beam comes off. And so, on 4%, I keep this around, and I go back to the Spadef Audino as it regened a third of the health. I yawn here, predicting the recover. Still hasn't seen recover, so I'll just Body Slam, and I wanted this thing to be asleep, but I get the Para instead. you know what? It is what it is. As the tri-attack, comes off. Again, here comes Mega Scizor on the tri-attack. No burn, please. Thank you. And I U-turn out. So that was a very interesting way for me to neutralize PORYGON. Again, me, like, I'm glad that, out of all those tri-attack buttons, it got the one burn on the Eldegoss, which is perfectly fine. So I U-turn out. This time I go to Eldegoss just to regen some stuff. But then Swellow comes out, so, like, I fully realized that even if I, like, regen up to, like, 66, like, Swellow will still claim a couple of bodies. So I actually end up just letting this go and not try to 6-0, because last time I tried to go for a 6-0, I choked the game away. But it was a completely different league. You guys, some of y'all seen it, but most of y'all have it, so I'm glad. As Air Slash comes off. So at first I'm like, okay, he's locked into Air Slash, no big deal, I'll just go to Rotom. Then a Flame Orb comes up. That was interesting. And then Air Slash flinches me, so I'm like, okay, classic Ant, doing Hawaii stunts. Steel Wing comes off, which makes me look dumb because I Pain Split that turn. I could have vaulted for free. Man, that play hurt. But you know what? I could sit here all day, every day. U-turn comes out. Here I discharge. I didn't want to volt switch because it absolutely did nothing for me. If the Marowak came out, so I just raw discharged just in case the Breloom came out. And it showed. Actually, now that I think about it, I thought the freaking Swallow would stay in, but I'm glad that it had U-turn because I did not want to deal with RNG today. That day, Lando T comes out to get the Intimidate drop. Leech Seed comes out. So Breloom's racking up all sorts of health. Seed Bomb just 31 on me at -1 as I get my rocks up. Just, I got my rocks up really late here, but like Swallow's a big threat. So I just said no. Like, getting up rocks knows that, like, Swallow will be, it makes it so that way, like, the next time Swallow comes in, it's going to, like, take damage. Here, Breloom gets back up to full. I go to Scizor. Seed Bomb does 5%. So I'll just U-turn out again. Lando T gets another drop, so now you're at -2 attack. The Drain Punch does 10%. I believe Leech Seed comes out next. No, he goes to Swallow here as I U-turn out into the Urshifu because Swallow's gonna die to its own Flame Orb. I U-turn out because I know I'm faster than this Breloom, and then we do the same cycle again as this Breloom goes for Thunder Punch. I don't know why you have Thunder Punch, but okay. U-turn out to the Scizor as the Breloom Leech Seeds, which does not matter because I'll U-turn once again with the Scizor into the Urshifu Rapid, and that's the whole game because I'm Banded Surging Strikes, which I'll show y'all in the team builder very, very soon. But before we do that, I just want to say that was a very good battle by Ant. Kept me on my toes for sure. So yeah, shout outs to antbulbasaur, man. Shout outs to antbulbasaur. Let's look at this team real quick. Alright, so we're here at my pace. Yeah, so I have Sand 2 Mega Scizor just to get some necessary chip on Heatran. Now, most Heatrans run Flash Fire, but because I have a Turtonator, I was strongly believed, like I had a firm belief that Heatran was going to be Flame Body just for Mega Scizor. So Sand Tomb is, obviously Heatran being quad affected, it will do something. it'll do something if it lands, right? So Sand Tomb, Roost, Toxic, U-Turn for Scizor. I didn't want Scizor to win the game. I just wanted it to chip out of the way. Like, I'm trying not to run the standard SD set. You know, so I'm glad that I won the game without using the standard SD set. Thank goodness. This is like a fast support Lando Eye with rocks. Knockoff EQ, U-turn. Right. Rocky Helmet, Fizz Def, Rotom Wash. Here to neutralize the Azu if it's Belly Drum. Again, so we have Discharge, Foul Play, Volt Switch, Pain Split. We wanted to keep Rotom Wash alive, right? This is one half of the Regenerator Core. Fizz Def, Eldegoss. It obviously showed up to play, you know, to sit on the Breloom and stuff like that. Yeah, it was. There was no Ghost type on Ant's side, so Rapid Spin was kind of free. Aromatherapy for the hacks. You guys saw Worry Seed and Giga Drain. Next, we have Bandit or Shifu, which actually cleaned up at the very end. Surging Strikes, Aqua Jet, Poison Jab to catch the Azu on the switch, and then U-turn out. And then Audino is the second half of the Regenerator Core. Fully Spadef. This was my Swallow check in a sense. I have Encore for any setup mons. Knockoff, Body Slam, and Yawn to force out switches so I can like double to Urshifu Rapid as much as possible. I gotta say, you know, having this record going into playoffs is really nice. I will most likely be a 2 seed, which is good, you know what I'm saying, but you know, I could do better as always, you know, but I'm glad that, you know, me building my own teams, you know, with me having a 5-3 record with just me building myself and not asking for help from anyone, really shows that like I actually know what the heck I'm doing, and I should be more confident in my own builds. So yeah, I don't know when playoffs is, but we know everybody's gonna pull up to the playoff party. So until then, it's me, boy Lad the Rebel. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.
What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?